I left it on. Oh, well.
Hey. Is someone said when Joffrey Lannister died? What? I doubt that they're in here right now, but what a psycho.
Who cried when he died?
Hey, what's up, Mikey?
Hold on, I'm lifting that up a little bit.
I actually got some ice cream today. Oh, turning it the wrong way. I got this ice cream. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. They didn't have my favorite at the store, which I was really bummed. But I think, like, everyone loves that ice cream. I think it's, like, everyone's favorite or something. So, this is my second favorite, though. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's got one of my favorite flavors of ice cream in here, which is sweet cream. And this salted caramel is really good. But they didn't have my favorite. My favorite one is, my favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream, I should say, is Caramel Sutra. I got a date for my OP for my large retention cyst and my maxillary sinus removal and to fix my deviated septum next Tuesday at 7:15. So glad it is early. Gets it out of the way. Good luck. I hope that goes well for you. I'm sure you'll feel a whole lot better after it's done. That's a little bit of a weird combination there. The ginger ale with the ice cream. Hey, what's up on Wanda's new microwave? I wish I didn't have really sensitive teeth, though. It's funny because my brother and my dad don't have sensitive teeth at all. But all of us girls in the family have really sensitive teeth. And so we all eat ice cream where we just kind of either lick it or like take like little tiny bites or something. And my brother and my dad can just full on like bite into ice cream, and we'll just like, they'll eat ice cream in like 2 seconds. And all the rest of us like take forever. I feel like Anna eats her ice cream pretty fast too. I don't think she has sensitive teeth. But I do. I even have like a special toothpaste. 2 special toothpastes. I have to use 2 different types of toothpaste for my sensitive teeth. Because I use like the Sensodyne one that you can buy over the counter, and then I use this really like, it's not expensive, but I mean it's expensive toothpaste. So it was like $30 for like a prescription toothpaste. Luckily it lasts a long time though, because I just use that one at night and the Sensodyne in the morning. Ooh, but I'm telling you, like even eating it now, and if it goes up like into a spot, I just love ice cream though. Like I can't not eat ice cream. You know? But I mean, it's the same for other things too, like hot stuff. Hot and cold stuff. I need a hair trim soon, but I don't want to. I think I get the most reaction out of cold things, though. I feel like usually when I drink or eat hot stuff, I don't really get as bad of a reaction. Oh, and I love that flavor. So glad Ben & Jerry's do a vegan version of it. And thanks, yeah, it'll be a lot better after it is done and been sorted a very long time ago, if not for COVID. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. So I am also lactose intolerant. And they make lactose ice creams, Ben & Jerry does, and they make one of Caramel Sutra. But I'm like, I might as well just go all out and just get the regular if I'm just gonna flat out get ice cream, which we don't really get ice cream that much. But whenever we do, I'm like, I might as well just get the real thing. So I'm a little sad that they didn't have the Caramel Sutra, but this one's really good. It's kind of, it's a lot of the same concept as Caramel Sutra, but only one flavor of ice cream, and it's got the Blondie brownies in there, and the caramel salted. Sometimes, like, I like caramel, but it depends on the caramel for me, I think. I say that, but I don't know if there was really a caramel I didn't like. I don't know. I love this. I love the caramel that they use. But no, I would say it depends on the caramel. Because I think there's some types of caramel or whatever that I don't like. I'm trying to figure out where to put my mic because I'm like, I'm gonna back it up a little bit maybe then. I don't know where to put it. I'm also lactose intolerant as I have I don't know if that's supposed to be an A or an, I don't know. I have an allergic reaction to whey and can't have many mouthfuls of dairy or get major stomach cramps. Oh, those are the worst. Yes. So I've actually suffered from really bad stomach cramps when I was alive one day. What did I eat? I think it was mac and cheese. And like right before stream. And I was having such bad stomach cramps during it. And I was like, cause you know, when stomach cramps come, they're like severely intense for like 30 seconds and then they'll go away for like 5 minutes and then they'll come back. And so I'm like, it'll like knock the wind out of you. So I was like, hold on. So I wish this ice cream had more Blondie bites in it though. Very good. Meanwhile, I just got like 3 cavities filled the other day. My mouth still hurts. It was on this side. They were all on this side. And he was so rough with it. He was so rough with my mouth. That sounds weird. He was so rough with it that it's still like tender. I got him, was it Tuesday? No, it was Monday. And it's still tender. I mean, I guess that was only 2 days ago, but still. He put so much numbing stuff in my face. I felt like Two-Face from like, you know, Batman. I couldn't feel like half of my nose. And I'm like, what? I couldn't feel down here. So it was like down here, all the way up here. I mean, it like curved. So it like went through my nose, stopped, I mean, it was like, he did it to where it was like literally like half of my face. But I never had it that numb before. So when you say, hope my OP goes well for me, you might think they might leave some of the cyst in my maxillary sinus sac or have too much bleeding. What? No, I'm saying, like, I hope your procedure goes well and everything. That's what I mean. Not in that kind of way. I'm trying to hurry up and finish this ginger ale because it's a weird combination. Hello, Aisha? Is that how you say it? I love this mic because I could just like touch the top of it and mute it for a second. I was like crushing up my can. Or sometimes, like, if you guys ever, like, if you guys watch my unedited stuff, and the dogs are barking, and then so I'll mute it real quick and like yell at them from up here. No? How do you say it? Is it Haisha? I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. You would think with my crazy last name that I would not be bad at mispronouncing other people's, because mine gets mispronounced all the time, but yeah, no. So I'm sorry. What you guys been up to lately, though? I don't think I'll be able to finish this ice cream. I mean, it's only half of an ice cream anyway, but I have my fridge, so I'll probably stick it in my fridge before the end. Aisha? Is that it? Like I said, I'm really digging the caramel in here. Yes, yay. Okay, good, because I was gonna drive me nuts. You guys, I want to tell you some, like, good news that we got. So, well, it's funny because we've had, like, good news and then bad news. And then good news and then bad. Like, all within, like, the same, like, couple of days. But hold on. Let me finish this bite. And then I'm going to stick this in the fridge real quick because I'm not going to be able to finish this. Yes, I remember the first scene. Oh, my bad. That I cried when the lady died in City of Angels movie. Have I seen that, or I think it's been a hot minute. I think I did see that movie, but I think it's just been a hot minute. I can adjust my mic to where I like it. I don't know if I remember the first time I cried when I watched something. There's a couple of things that I'll cry at. Usually, the things that get me, I'll let you know, the things that get me are when a mom cries. If there's a mom, like, I can tell you a perfect example of a time, because there was a couple of times when I recorded something that I actually cried at. I cried not too long ago at Bridgerton, the finale, because watching Anthony cry made me cry. And then his mom cried, so then I'm like, shit. So, but it wasn't like, it didn't pop, like, it didn't go down my cheek, like, it didn't pop a tear, but I had to keep, like, batting my eye. And then, cried when Dan died in Lucifer. What else? Oh, I knew what I was gonna say. Julie and the Phantoms. A mom, like, bawls because her son dies. And then, so I'm, like, freaking out. Because not only then, but they had, like, a massive fight right before then. So then it's, like, I was just bawling my eyes out. And then the song and everything, bawled. Freaking bawled. So usually anytime when it has to do with a mom, I'm crying. Yeah, I know, that is what I meant as that is a part of the procedure, you know, like when people get an infection after surgery or I am missing something, and when you think you will, and when do you think you'll watch In for the Cold? I have no idea. I've been binge watching Elite for the past couple weeks. And I know that doesn't quite make sense, but it's usually, like, some days I'll have a whole lot more time than others, and then I'll binge watch some stuff then. I was actually watching it before this stream, so it's actually paused on my TV right now. I have one more episode to watch, and then I'm going to record the season 4 finale, and then get ready for season 5 of Elite. And then I have to not only do that, but then I have to binge watch. So this month and the month of May, I have to binge watch a couple of things to get caught up for when those, because I want to react to them, even though I haven't watched them. So I have to, like, binge watch majority of those things, because I have multiple seasons. So I have to binge watch them and then react to it. So that's a lot of what this month is going to be, and next month is binge watching. For me, it is when dads cry. I don't think, see, for me, it doesn't really, that doesn't get me. It's always the moms for me. And literally every LGBT sad ending movie, which is most of the LGBT movies, right? Oh, God. You know what? It's not a movie, but it's a show. The Haunting of... Is it... The Haunting of Bly Manor. I was going to say Hill House, but no, it's The Haunting of Bly Manor. I cried. Even though I had gotten a spoiler. That's the only show I'd watched when I actually had a spoiler, like I knew of it. And I still cried. I'm really kind of bummed that I ended up... After I watched it, I was like, dang, I'm bummed that I got a spoiler, but I still ended up crying. Something on my shirt. One film that always makes me blubber, no matter how many times I see it, is a classic 80s film, Beaches. I've seen it, and it's been such a long time. I know it's got Bette Midler in it. Does it have Meryl Streep in it? I know it's got Bette Midler in it, and that's who I remember. It's got a bunch of important people in there. Oh, I Google Beaches, and it's Beaches in Florida. No, the movie. Okay. Barbara Hershey, Marcy Leeds, Bette Midler, Grace Johnson. Hold on. No, I don't think it... No, it doesn't have Meryl Streep in it. But yeah, I was right on Bette Midler. Oh my gosh, my nose itches. I remember watching Beaches with my mom. I just can't remember... I can't remember specifics on it. So I don't know if I was, like, multitasking when watching that movie or what. I'm not ready to watch the finale of Killing Eve. I get really saddened every time I remember that I have to. Don't tell me anything on Killing Eve. I'm a whole ass week behind. And I already know. There's so many times that I've almost caught spoilers. Because I'm just, usually when I'm watching something and I don't want to get a spoiler for it, but I know Twitter's going to talk about it, I just really, anytime that I see, like, if somebody posts a photo or a character's name or, like, Killing Eve or, like, whatever the show is that I'm watching, I'll quickly scroll past it. Like, I'm not even, like, I'm not tempted at all. But I do know that something sad is supposed to happen. Like, really sad. But I did not catch any specifics or spoilers or anything. I hate that I'm a week behind. I need to try to figure out a different way to watch it legally. So... sorry about asking about what you said about your operation. Just getting rather anxious is all. Last time I went to the hospital, have something done, was to get all 4 wisdom teeth taken out. It'll be good. Your procedure will be good. You have to push out positive vibes. You have to push out positive vibes. It'll be good. It'll be good. You can't worry about it. It'll be good. Same. I deleted Twitter because of spoilers. Man, I'm telling you. Sometimes they're bad with spoil. I love Twitter so much. I love it. But it's like the spoilers sometimes. And I think I've just gotten kind of used to being careful when I scroll through. Usually I'm pretty caught up on shows when I'm watching them, so I don't have an issue. Or I just wait until I'm done with the show. But I can't not be on Twitter all the way up until Killing Eve is over. So, I hate that I'm a week behind, though. I also, for my unedited versions, I like to have, like, the ad-free stuff. So we might be able to watch it on AMC, but I think there's just probably ads and whatnot. Oh, but I was going to tell you, so, we are going through, I know because I mentioned it a couple of times, so we're going through the IVF process right now, and when we saw our nurse, it was like 2 weeks, it'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow, she told us, because I think, especially when you're going through IVF, they're like, I've wanted a kid for a very long time. I've always wanted to have a child. And so I think wanting something for so long, my brain and like, I don't know, I guess just my brain, because everything ended up being fine. But like, I just put it out there that I'm like, well, something's wrong with like my body. I'm not going to be able to give like birth. I'm not going to be able to be pregnant. Because I have endometriosis, it's just gonna be terrible. I'm not gonna be able to do it. And because the way that my brain thinks is, I would say, what I normally say is I'm a realist verging on the edge of pessimism. But a lot of times I'm a pessimistic verging on the edge of realism. I think it depends on the topic, really, but usually I'm pretty pessimistic. And so, even though whenever we did our blood work, we did all these, like, labs and whatnot, we got told everything's good, everything's fine, and then we went to go see the nurse. She told us, she goes, you guys, don't worry, like, we're gonna get you pregnant, don't worry about it, like, everything is super healthy. And, like, you know, she was super optimistic and chipper and extroverted and, like, all of that. And I think we needed that. Because I think sometimes whenever you, like, if I would never be able to be a nurse. Like, because I would tell someone, like, I'm such an analytical thinker. And I'm like, well, there is, like, a 2% chance that you or the baby might not make it out. Like, it'll be the smallest chance, but I want people to know all of their odds, and that is not the best thing sometimes when you tell people everything. And, like, I get it. There's a chance that we could not be pregnant. But whenever she was basically like, don't worry about it. We're going to get you pregnant. It's what we do. Like, you know, all of that. It just makes you feel so good. And, so I'm glad that our nurse is like that. I really am. And, well, technically, I think we're supposed to have 2 IVF nurses, and she is mainly Anna's nurse, but still, like, she saw the both of us and, you know, all that, but it was great. I'm like, I want someone like that. I want the opposite of me to, like, be my nurse. I don't want a person like me to be my nurse. So, I don't know. It was pretty crazy. Hope everything goes well for you. Thank you. Me too. I'm sure they will. Hey, what I miss? Hey, what's up, Shania? You're normally one of the first ones in here. We were talking about a handful of things. Usually, you know, all random. It's pretty much how we go. But I was just talking about some of the IVF stuff. I love kids, but I never wanted to give birth. Maybe I will adopt someday. And there's nothing wrong with that. Anna doesn't want to, it's funny because whenever we got pregnant, or not pregnant, we're not pregnant. Whenever we got together, she said that she never wanted to be pregnant. And so I'm like, oh, well, that's awesome because I want to be pregnant. Because I want to be able to experience that, like that type of thing, you know? So I was like, that's awesome because I do. So, it just kind of worked out. But I think that was also another part of me that was like, but what if I can't get pregnant? And then we can't have, like, our biological children because Anna doesn't want to get pregnant. But no, I mean, everything looks fine right now. We got the news, so we went to go see her. Like I said, it would be 2 weeks tomorrow. My hair is all crazy, terrible today. 2 weeks from tomorrow, we got a bill in the financial lady sent us the bill Friday morning. Yeah, so it took almost like a week for us to get that in. She sent us a bill. Basically, it would have been like, I'm not exaggerating. I think it was like $20,000 already. Like, boom. Which was an initiation fee of like almost $700. All of the different stuff that Anna has to go through, and then all of the different stuff that I have to go through. And so would have been without medication. That was just basically like the steps, $20,000. And my work has this amazing benefit, which I didn't even know was a thing, where they will pay up to $27,000 worth of fertility assistance. So whenever I called the insurance company, the fertility insurance, they were like, because I was telling them about the bill, and she was like, oh, they shouldn't have even sent that to you. She's like, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, well, they won't let us go to the next stage without paying the initiation fee of almost $700. And so she's like, oh, no, you don't have to pay for that either. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? And then she's like, yeah, you don't have to pay for that. She's like, here's what I want you to do. She goes, I want you to call them, give them your ID number for, like, this part. So I did, and then she sent back the bill thingy, and it had no amounts on them. It talked about, like, all the procedures and stuff that we're going to go through there, but they had, like, no amounts on them. So that was pretty crazy. So that was some really good news. I know that I said that earlier, like, that my job paid for up to $27,000, but to get that bill and then to basically be told that we don't have to pay that is still kind of insane to me. And I was already thinking, like, I thought that we still had to pay the initiation fee of almost $700, and I didn't think that the sperm was included. Sorry, I don't mean to be gross, but no, they'll also they are taking care of both of those, and so that's like $1,700, over $1,700, and I don't have to pay for. So, awesome news. But anywho, that's some stuff that I've been going through lately. In Dickinson season 2, I don't know why, but I cry every time I hear Lavinia say to Emily, "You're my hero." Also, any scene where Emily fights her dad. cry in I don't think I cried in Dickinson. But I get it. I do. And then I love Lavinia. Anna and I were talking because we have a girl name picked out already, but we were like, okay, but also we love the name Lavinia, and we would call her Vinny for short. We love it. We love that name. But we already have a girl name picked out. We need to freaking figure out a boy name. Everyone in my family wants this one boy name, and I'm like, eh. And then everyone's like, what? So, I don't know. We'll see. It's warming up to me, but I don't know. I just wish there was a boy name that I'm like diehard fall in love with, like whatever, like the girl name that we found. So, we'll see though. One scene that always makes me cry is one scene in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. I think I saw it like when it first came out. That is great news. Yeah, it's amazing news. I feel like I'm the one, because I'm like the financial person in our relationship. I'm like overly ecstatic, and like Anna is, she's like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, we don't have to pay like $27,000 like freaking for trying to have a baby. But I think it's funny because the both of us, like, we don't really know how to be emotional, either one of us. And so it's just funny how sometimes we react differently with some things. Oh, goodness. Oh, and then also when I had my cavities filled, I guess our dentist that we've had ever since we moved here was like, so the thing is that we don't actually cover this insurance. So that was like, it ended up being what normally would be, what would cost us like $150 was $636. So we have to pay for that, which is lovely. So there goes the initiation fee for the IVF. And then what happened? Oh, I got a call, which I thought was a scam because the lady left a voicemail. She's like, I have money for you. And like, and she's like, if you'll call me back so that I can be able to figure out how to get your money to you. And so I called her back because like the number was real. The company she worked for was real. Basically what had happened was like our old house that we sold 3 years ago or whatever, we put up like some money for some repairs. Well, I guess the buyer never did take the money out. And so she's like, yeah, so we're just going to send you your money back. I was like, okay, 3 years later, cool. I mean, that's all right. But you know, there's a, you know, quite a bit of money back too. So, but all of that stuff happened in like one day. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, Beaches with classic Bette Midler, Barbara Hershey, John Hurd, who died a few years back now. I am a huge Bette Midler fan. Huge. Love Bette Midler. I also love Meryl Streep, which I was like, was she in it? But she wasn't in it. She was in something else that I remember watching. Meryl Streep is my favorite actress. Favorite singer is Cher. Favorite band is the Cranberries. But I love Bette Midler. I love Celine Dion. Like, I'm obsessed with those people. Cher is like one of my most massive obsessions. Debbie Reynolds. Everyone who knows me, like, say that I'm a gay man, like I have a gay man personality because I love Cher, Bette Midler, Meryl Streep, Celine Dion, like, and their obsessions. It's pretty funny. Watch Perks of a Wallflower this year for the first time. Good movie. Plan on reading the book soon. It's a good movie. But I also have several others that make me cry. So it's funny because some stuff, like, I don't cry at all, but other things, it's like, it depends on what it is. It makes me cry, like, instantly. But, like, when I used to watch Full House growing up, like, almost every episode of Full House made me cry. Because I'd be like, but they learned an important lesson. Like, it was so dumb. It was so dumb. My mom used to laugh at me because she's like, are you really crying over Full House? And I'm like, yes. So I cried at something like Full House, but then, like I said, some stuff, like, when people think I'm gonna cry and I don't, like, yeah. I bawled when I watched Encanto because it reminded me of, like, my relationship with my grandmother, and so I bawled. So there's another one that made me just, not just cry, but bawl. So that was the same with, like, Julie and the Phantoms. I bawled with that one, too. I have, like, a hair that's trying to stick to me. But I think it also matters with, like, the acting, too. Like, if it's supposed to be a sad moment and, like, the acting's not quite there, then I'm not gonna cry. Because it doesn't make me feel it, you know? And I think it depends on is the show just amazingly created? I think that's why I cried with Bridger on the finale of Bridgerton. Because he's an amazing actor, and the show is an amazing show, so it makes it to where you feel these different emotions while the show is going on, like during the different scenes, like whether you're supposed to be really pissed off or whether you're supposed to be sad or excited or anxious or stressed out. Like, my emotions went through a fucking roller coaster with that season. And I think it's just because of the way that it's so amazingly created and developed and written, and the acting is just it's so good, and so it just, like, stresses you out. And then he cries, and then I'm like, fuck, and I'm like he watched his dad die, and then now this, like, I was freaking out. It was pretty crazy. Whew, I can't quit yawning. I'm trying to think of, like, some other stuff, too. See, but I don't think a whole lot of things make Anna cry. Like, show-wise or movie-wise. There's been, like, one or two things I think that I've seen her cry during something, but it's usually when it's, like, her time of the month or something, so she's just a little bit extra emotional. Usually, because whenever I tell her and I'm like, I cried during this one scene or whatever, like, when I made her watch Encanto after, because I had watched it myself for the first time, because she wasn't home or something, so I was like, I'm bored, I'm gonna watch Encanto, so I did, and then I made her watch it, and then, but I don't think she cried. I don't think she did. Sure, it will be fun, but had to sign a form of one of risks was being part blind, and I as cyst under eye won't happen, but still. You also heard you doing a spin-off series to Orphan Black. Wait, what? They're doing... No, they are not. The spin-off will be called Echoes. No, they are not. I'm rewatching Orphan Black, like, right now. But anyway, to your operation, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they anytime you go under operation, they're gonna have you sign something. It's just liability. But I am so looking up that you better not be lying to me, man. Spin-off. Hold on, let me do this. Actually, let me retype that. Orphan Black spinoff series greenlit by AMC. Is Tatiana Maslany going to be in it? Orphan Black offshoot Echoes ordered to series AMC networks. What? Who's it? Who's going to be in it? What's it going to be about? Great Sermon, official today, Echoes, linear networks into... Oh, I would totally react to this too. Hold on. It is spin-off to set in the near future and takes a deep dive into the exploration of the scientific manipulation of human existence. It follows a group of women as they weave their way into each other's lives and embark on a thrilling adventure, unraveling the mystery of their identity and uncovering a wrenching story of love and betrayal. Okay, so very similar to Orphan Black. 10 episodes are planned in the first season of Echoes from Anna Fishko, Pieces of Her, who will also serve as showrunner and executive producer with John Fawcett, the co-creator and director of the original series, David Fortier, and Ivan Schneeberg. EPs from Boat Rocker. Okay, no, a whole bunch of names. Hold on. Which one is this? What? But wait, do we know who's in it? Like, is Tatiana Maslany gonna be in it? Hold on. I think I found some more information too. Oh, we started a rabbit hole with Ceremony of a Child. Once again, we welcome Clone Club along for the ride and look forward to adventuresome new fans taking the leap. Strap yourselves in and hold on. But is it still gonna be Tatiana Maslany? Basically, is like what I'm asking. Is it still gonna be Tatiana Maslany? I don't know. That'll be great though. It'll be a great show. I feel like you can't really do a spinoff without Tatiana Maslany. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If she's not gonna be in it, that's... Ooh, they have to be careful. I hope she's gonna be in it. Did you see the new Morbius movie? No, I did not, and I heard it was absolutely horrible. From the previews, like, I remember going to the movies with Anna, and I can't remember what we were watching, but we saw the previews for Morbius, and we were like, oh, that looks pretty cool, because we love some dark shit, okay? We love some dark shit, and it looked really good, because it looked really dark, and so, but those previews were like, it didn't show hardly anything, because this was, like, months ago when we went to the movie theater, so it only showed, like, a little bit, so I was like, oh, that looks cool, it looks pretty dark, or whatever, and... What is it on Rotten Tomatoes? I'm just curious. Rotten Tomatoes, oh, yep, there it is. As soon as I typed in Rotten Tomatoes, it said Morbius right there. Oh, 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is like the worst score I think I've ever seen. No way. These reviews, man. Holy shit. 16%. Like I said, I don't think I've seen a worse score. Other than, like, Avatar, because I think that one has a really bad score, but that's bad. 16%? I don't know. A lot of times, though, I disagree with Rotten Tomatoes. I just like to look and see what Rotten Tomatoes says, but a lot of my favorite movies are terribly scored by Rotten Tomatoes. But after, like, I watched, like, the more intense trailer, I was like, oh yeah, I could definitely see how this is bad. Yeah, I know they have to put it down on the forums just as a precaution, which 99% don't happen anyway. I loved how you said, better not be lying about spin-off. Because Orphan Black is in my top 5 favorite shows. It really is. Orphan Black is in my top 5. And we're making our roommate watch it. And we're on season 4. We were watching it earlier today because Anna now works from home. She's doing her own business stuff. So she works from home, and then our roommate wasn't feeling so well, so she came home from work early. And we were watching it, and just a couple hours ago. But yeah, it's seriously one of my favorites. I love Tatiana Maslany. Love her. The show is just so good. It's actually a show that I didn't think Anna would like because she doesn't really like supernatural type things. She doesn't usually like the same stuff that I like, and I loved it. So I'm like, I don't really know if you like it, but we can try it. And she fell in love with it, and then I'm like, holy shit. Sometimes I'm very surprised by like what she likes. It wasn't that bad, but did feel like it was missing something. Oh, did you end up going to see it? I follow Abnormally Adam, and I saw it's like, no. You want the worst Rotten Tomatoes score? Look up Last Airbender. I know, that's what I was saying, the Avatar one. Yeah, I saw that one not too long ago. I think that one's like an 8 or something. Hold on. Rotten Tomatoes. I can't believe that movie came out. Oh, this one says 100%, but it's not the live action. Hold on. I was like, the average Rotten Tomato score is 100% for the animated version from 2005. Hold on. Is this one it? Oh, 5%. Oh, so it's even worse than I thought. I thought it was like 8% or something like that. I love reading, like skimming through some of these like reviews. We saw the movie. I can't remember if my mom took us to go see it in the theaters or if we waited till it came out on DVD. I don't remember. I remember I watched it though. Although we didn't really watch the cartoon one that much, so I think we saw it in theaters though. No, I watched at home. Oh, the Morbius one? With regards to Echoes, I think Tatiana Maslany might be in a few episodes, but will mainly be the new character, like passing the torch, like other spin-off shows, like Frasier. That's really gonna bum me out, though. I love Tatiana Maslany. She just did such an amazing job. We'll see. I'll give it a shot, obviously, because I love Orphan Black so much that, of course, I'll give it a shot, but I don't know. We'll see. I just want Tatiana Maslany. But it would just end up being Orphan Black all over again if Tatiana was the main characters. I just recently saw this video where the OG Avatar: The Last Airbender cast was roasting the movie. What? I mean, was it the writing? Was it the acting? Was it the whoever created it? Was it the directing? What made it so bad? Like, what do you think was so bad about it? Let me see if I can find it on... Is there a way that you can look up, like, the worst rated Let me see. Worst rated Rotten Tomato movies. Let me see how many of these I disagree with. Because some of my favorite stuff I actually disagree with. Okay, haven't seen that one. Nope. Material Girls. I loved Material Girls, and it's a 4%. I remember watching that when I was a kid, though. I don't know. It's got the deaf girls. Blood Rain, A Little Bit of Heaven. Okay, haven't seen that. Nope. A lot of these make sense because I haven't watched majority of it. Speed 2, I haven't seen the second one. I've only seen the first one. Happily Never After. Wait, is that the one I watched that I actually really liked? Maybe not. Is it Happily Ever After or Never After? Is it that one that I like? Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm sorry, but can Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze not do anything together? That might be the one I liked. I don't think it is, though. I don't think that's the one I liked. There was a different one. I swear it was called, it was also called Happily Never After or something. And I actually really liked it. Are you looking to start any new shows? I think you'd love The Good Place. I tried to watch The Good Place and I couldn't get into it. I didn't give it a fair chance, though, so we'll see. Anna loves that show. Anna loves the show The Good Place. But I just couldn't get into it. But I'll try it. Like I said, I didn't really give it a fair chance. It could be a character from Orphan Black, as it is a spin-off, after all. Not be brand new characters, but some old faces from the series turning up. Who would it be, though? Because Tatiana plays all the main characters. Even if you try to do one of the main characters' partners, like maybe Delphine or something, like, it's still, you would have to have Tatiana Maslany be in it, like, as a, like, who... That's the thing about Orphan Black, is 90% of the cast is played by one person. So... who would it be that we haven't seen? And some of the people I'm even thinking of, they're dead, without giving specifics away, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, because I definitely recommend watching the show. But, like, a lot of the other characters that aren't Tatiana Maslany are dead. All of the interesting ones, anyway. Vampires Suck. I remember watching that movie. It was so bad, but it was so funny because it was so bad. So, I think it needs to be a top scored thing, because I think that the creators of that movie knew exactly what they were doing. Serving Sarah, haven't seen it. Haven't seen that one. Because I Said So is 4%. I have rewatched that movie so many times. I love that movie. Getting Even with Them. I'll admit, I haven't watched 90% of the stuff on this list. Mod Squad. Who? Claire Danes? Claire Danes is either, like, she makes a movie or destroys a movie sometimes. The Daughter and the Father. Okay, there you go. Could be. The Daughter and the Father. Kira and Cal. Could be. But if you have them, then you kind of have to have Tatiana Maslany. I mean, I guess you don't have to. I guess you don't necessarily have to, depending on how they do the show, but I don't know. It depends on what you do with Tatiana Maslany's characters, I think. Do you just completely neglect them? Just don't even talk about them like they don't even exist? Or are you killing some off? Or, like, actually I'd be pretty pissed off if they were to kill any of the characters off, but still. Jack and Jill. I haven't seen that one, but I actually heard it was terrible. I did hear that one was bad. Because my sister watched it and she told me. Let's go. Geniuses, strange things. Meet the Spartan. Oh wait, that's the spinoff thingy. It's the, or not the spinoff. It's the one where they recreated it. I love those movies because they're so bad, but that's why they're so bad, because they're like, that's like the whole point of what the creators trying to do. They're so bad. That's why they're so good, is because they're so bad. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I used to love the Mortal Kombat movies. I still do. I'll still watch it. One for the Money. Did I watch that one? Maybe it was a different one I'm thinking of. But that one's 2% in the crowd. Crossover. Epic movie. Haven't seen any of those. Hold on. Let me go back. And you said Orphan Black, supernatural. Well, cloning isn't supernatural. Be done decades ago, and other stuff in there is science fact, not fiction. Some might not be dead. Well, I say science fiction because it's I said supernatural because supernatural doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't exist. Supernatural just means it's different. So I would definitely consider clones as supernatural. Supernatural doesn't mean that it has to, like, you have to have powers, or like you don't have to be a vampire or a werewolf or a shapeshifter or like whatever it is. But I would definitely classify clones as supernatural, because it's not, cloning isn't like theoretically normal, right? Because cloning is replicating something that already exists using whatever it was, like that you didn't. So the way that cloning works is like, well, the way that they did it, the way that Orphan Black did it, is they tried to make it as realistic as possible. So they, like, for example, like IVF, like Allison was born through IVF from her mom. And so they just implanted these cloned embryos, like, inside the mom or whatever. But, like, the embryos were not created they weren't created naturally. They weren't, like, from a body, from someone's actual, like, eggs and, like, sperm and, like, all that. They were created in a lab. They were different. So I would definitely classify clones as supernatural. And some people do think that there's, like, werewolves out there. I mean, I don't know about, I don't know. I think there's definitely things out there that we can't explain. But, what else is classified as supernatural? I just had it in my brain. And, Bigfoot. Although a lot of people say Bigfoot doesn't exist. It's just, like, I don't think... So all of supernatural stuff has to be fiction. Did you see the new Mortal Kombat movie? No, I did not. I want to see it, but I haven't heard anything about it. I actually kind of forgot about it. I'm trying to see if there's any other movies that are on here. 0%. There's some movies that are 0% Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't so far heard of any of these. Police Academy. I haven't watched those. Max Steel. I don't know. Shame. I haven't seen any of these ones that are 4% so far. Nope. They've got some, like, important people, so that's pretty crazy. Kate Beckinsale is in a 0%, like, Rotten Tomato movie? That's pretty crazy. How old is that one? 2016? I was thinking maybe it was really old or something. I still have yet to see any of the ones as we're getting closer. Dark Crimes. Jaws: The Revenge is 0%. The one from 1987. Gold Digger, Super Babies, Pinocchio. That's a weird looking Pinocchio movie. One Missed Call. Number 1 is Ballistic X versus Sever. 0%. Yeah, I've never... Any of the ones that were 0%, I've never even heard of, so... Cloning like they did is likely possible in the future. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it is. I'm just saying I think it could be under a supernatural category, cloning, because it's not natural. It's supernatural. Talking of spin-offs, as you know, Stranger Things will be doing them as well after season 5. So what character do you think will get one? Not sure. Haven't seen it. That's one of the ones I'm gonna binge watch. I've seen only the very first episode of Supernatural, and I watched that like a year ago, so I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I don't remember anything. What movie was it? What movie was number 1? It says Ballistic X versus Sever, made in 2002. It's 0%. It's starring Antonio Banderas, Lucy Liu, Greg Henry, and Ray Park. The synopsis, I don't know, is haunted by the mysterious death of his wife, Jeremiah X, who is played by Antonio Banderas, has become a recluse. But the former FBI, hold on, I had to click on more and I don't know where it went. Manhunter. Okay, but the former FBI manhunter is blackmailed back into service to track down an unstoppable ex-DIA operative codenamed Sever, who is played by Lucy Liu, who was kidnapped the young son of the head of the Secret Committee of International Security Agencies. Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of craziness. The critics' consensus says a startling, inept film, Ballistic X vs. Sever, offers overblown, wall-to-wall action without a hint of wit, coherence, style, or originality. I want to see what they said about The Last Airbender then, because I didn't see that as a thingy on there, because that's what I was asking. Sorry for the spoiler. Oh, I won't read it then. I didn't see your other message, so we're cool. Oh, hold on. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Wait, is this it? Yeah, it is. I forget that the poster doesn't match it at all. All right, let's see the critics' consensus. The Last Airbender squanders its popular source material with incomprehensible plotting, horrible acting, and detached, joyless direction. Damn. Smacked it with a whole lot of shit right there. See, another one that is terribly scored, which I've said this one before, is The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I love all of the Mummy movies. All of them. The third one is a little bit different because, like, the mom isn't played by the same character, because at the time she was, like, pregnant, so she wasn't in it, and so I'm like, but I loved it. So, this one, it says, with middling CG effects and a distinct lack of fun, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor finds the series past its prime. Well, that wasn't anything too specific, though. Like, yeah, I mean, the CGI isn't that great, but I mean, are you really going to score it at 12% because of that? I don't think it was past its time. It was made in 2008. The other ones were made in, like, early 2000s as well, I think. And to be fair, with scores of films and TV shows, I have watched ones with a 3.6 on IMDb and thought it was all right. So not a 3.6 in my book. Oh, for sure. Like I definitely disagree with people sometimes. Worst rated. Now I want to see Rotten Tomatoes shows. Their worst rated. Here we go. I want to see which ones I actually love. Hold Heartbeat. Oh, it's not actually giving the percentage, though. I like the other website where it gave me the percentage, because I think it was a Rotten Tomatoes. Is it this one? Oh, no, that's just today's list of shows that are coming out. What the hell? Oh, here we go. Best and worst. I want to see. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, on the worst rated shows, you've got Damien, which I've never heard of it, Dr. Kin, Hand of God, Into Badlands. Oh, wait. Orphan Black was 93. Orphan Black, they mixed them up. I got them all, like, confused. Orphan Black is 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, there we go. We do agree on something. So, for sure, if you take advice from Rotten Tomatoes, take advice from me and Rotten Tomatoes, because it's an amazing show. Also bad ones are Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. DC Legends of Tomorrow is a terribly rated show, which I don't watch it, but that's me. Rosewood, Stitcher, Sex, Drugs, and Alcohol. I've never heard of any of these shows. Scream, Heartbeat, Marco Polo, Dice, Blunt Talk, Hunters, and Pastor, Donnie, and Salem. I have not seen or heard of majority of those shows, but the best ones are Bates Motel, American Crime, Transparent, let me see, Better Call Saul, Prey, which is at 100%, I never even heard of that one, Odd Mom Out, Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce, Supergirl at 97%, Review Jane the Virgin at 100%. I love that show. Jane the Virgin is amazing. Spotless, New Girl at 93, which New Girl is like a classic. Switched at Birth, 100%. I haven't seen it. Fargo, 99. Silicon Valley, Casual. Awkward at 82. Awkward is on the list for best ones. I would think that Awkward would be on the worst rated list. I mean, it was okay. I think I finished it. I think I finished the show, but never would have thought that Awkward of all shows was on the best Rotten Tomatoes list. That's pretty crazy. I think it was kind of ahead of its time, though. And maybe that's why it was good. Oh, you never heard of Legends of Tomorrow? Oh, come on, girl. It's been on for years. No, I've heard of it. I just don't watch it. I know exactly what it is. I watched the first season or something. I tried to watch it and I couldn't get into it. That's most of my stuff with superhero stuff, is I try to give it a chance, but it just doesn't normally work out. Some more good ones are Grimm, Master of None, 100%. Last Tango in Halifax is 100%. The Affair, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Winona Earp at 86%. Well, then how come, bitch, you did not, renew it? Fucking sci-fi? What the hell? Angie Tribeca, Younger, Mr. Robot, Underground. I see, even some of the best rated ones I haven't heard of. The ones I have are Awkward. Oh, also some more on the list. Animals, Deadbeat, Mercy Street, The Detour, Beowulf, Another Period. Yeah. I tried to watch Bates Motel, and I watched the first couple seasons of Bates Motel, and then I stopped because it got boring. But Orphan Black, definitely. I agree with that. Jane the Virgin, definitely agree with that one. New Girl, yes. I can't get my mind wrapped around Awkward and how it was a really good rated Rotten Tomatoes show. Because don't get me wrong, I watch some shitty shows, and I know that they're shitty, but I love to watch them anyway because I know that they're shitty. And Awkward was definitely on my list of shitty shows that I just enjoyed watching. So I don't know if I agree with that score. So there's at least 3 of them that I agreed with the best shows. Or maybe they could do a spinoff for Papa. I don't know what that is. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I heard that they might not renew Legends of Tomorrow as well. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's funny because the way that they actually split it up is that they have the worst from a network and the best. The crazy thing is Orphan Black has the worst for BBC America at 93%. The worst, by the way, which was at 93%, and Prey was 100%. I'm like, surely there's worse ones than freaking... It's 93%. I'm sorry, anything 90s and above, I think it's just probably an amazing show, is what they say. Oh, I misheard you. I do apologize. Just went back. Back, you said you don't watch that show. Yeah. So, but there's a lot of shows on this list that I've never heard of. So the way it came out was I was probably like, oh, never heard of this one. DC Legends of Tomorrow. I don't watch. So I just combined like a bunch of stuff. But, it's funny that the CW's best show was Jane the Virgin. I do agree with that though, for sure. I think that the CW peaked at Jane the Virgin and still can't really match up to it. Although I thought Supergirl was on the CW. Is that on, what is it, on Fox? I swear I thought that was on... Hold on. Where the fuck did it go? It's on this list. Oh, here it is. It's CBS. What? I thought it was a CW show. Is it really CBS? I mean, it has to be. It's on the list of the thingies. That's pretty crazy, though. Hold on, let me see. I want to know what their best movies, Rotten Tomatoes. Here we go. Okay, let's see best movies. Oh, it's a long-ass list. Best movies of all time. Oh, wait, I want to see the scores, though. Okay, which one? Best movies of 2021. Oh, here we go. Today's top-rated movies. Wait, is that technically of all time, or is that just, like, new stuff? No, I think this is, like... Well, I don't know. No, because there's some old stuff on here. Okay, so today's top-rated movies. Let me move this over here so I can actually see the chat while I'm looking at these two. Multitask. Supergirl was on CBS the first season, the CW for the rest. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, because when I would watch it, I remember the little CBS intro logo thingy. Or is that an outro? I can't remember. Sorry, I'm having to readjust myself here. Today's top-rated movies, the worst person in the world. The Lost Daughter, A Hero, Belle, Polystyrene, The Pink Cloud, You Won't Be Alone, Scream, Fresh, and Munich. I haven't heard of any of those. Top 10 DVD releases. It Happened One Night, Citizen Kane, The Wizard of Oz, Modern Times, Black Panther, Parasite, Avengers Endgame, Casablanca, Knives Out, and Us. You know what's crazy? I liked Knives Out, but I would not rate it at 97%. And I thought, when Anna and I first watched the movie, we almost turned it off because of his accent. It was so bad. His accent was so bad, it almost made us turn off the movie. But then I think by the time that we were going to turn it off, it actually kind of got interesting. So then we were like, okay, we'll just put it up with it until the movie's over. So then it ended up being a good movie, but I would not title that as, or I would not rate it as 97%. Ooh, best movies by year. Okay, so we'll start at 2022. The Worst Person in the World. Still, I have not seen that. Nomad Land was last year. 2020 was One Night in Miami. Haven't seen it. 2019 Parasite. Nope. 2018 Black Panther. That is actually one superhero movie I did watch, but again, I'm like, I don't know. I just like the dark shit, and Black Panther was not, it wasn't really dark, so there we go. Lady Bird, 2017. Moonlight. I haven't heard that one. Mad Max, Fury Road. I watched it, but I didn't know what the whole big thing was about Mad Max. I didn't really get it. I didn't know what the whole comeuppance thing was for, you know, like, it was good, I guess, but I don't know why everyone's like, oh my god, it's one of the best movies ever. Like, I don't get it. I don't see it. Selma, Gravity, Argo, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. Toy Story 3. Oh man, I love Toy Story. That's another one I cried at. Up. Yeah, cried at that one too. Most Disney movies, I'll cry. The Dark Knight. Ratatouille. Oh, Ratatouille's that's definitely a good one. Pan's Labyrinth, Murder Ball, The Incredibles, the original. Finding Nemo, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Fun fact, never watched any of the Lord of the Rings movies. I take that back. I watched The Hobbit, but I thought it was absolutely terrible. And we were made to watch it because we read the book. So I'm wondering if I go back and watch The Lord of the Rings, like, because Anna's like, oh my god, you have to watch it. It's so good. And for Anna to say that, and it's not really her type of stuff, I think we should watch it. I just didn't enjoy The Hobbit, and maybe it's because I just didn't watch the rest of the Lord of the Rings to really know, but 2001 was Monsters, Inc. Yes, Monsters, Inc. is like one of the best animated movies ever. That and Anastasia. I would watch those movies so many times. And Chicken Run was 2000. That doesn't surprise me. I've barely seen half of those movies. Best movies of all time without the scores. Like on here. The ones I have heard of are... Or they could do a spin-off of the origins of the Mind Flayer. Oh yeah, I don't know that either. I think it's about a show that you guys are talking about that I haven't seen. Best movies of all time. Wizard of Oz. Black Panther. Avengers Endgame. Casablanca. Knives Out. I still don't understand how that is on the top 100 best movies. I don't get it. I would disagree with that one. Toy Story 4. Yes, okay, for sure. Lady Bird. I apparently need to watch Lady Bird. I see that sometimes. And I love Saoirse Ronan. Get Out, The Irishman, Godfather, Mad Max. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, here we go. I could have just clicked on it and then it'll show me all of the freaking things. See, I haven't heard any of these. Wonder Woman from 2017. I did see that one, but I watched it because of Gal Gadot, you know. Oh my god. You know what's on this list that I also disagree with? It's 90%. A Star is Born. And the one good thing I'll say about that movie, actually there's two good things. The acting was amazing. The songs were amazing. The actual movie itself was so boring that both Anna and I fell asleep during it. It was so boring. Couldn't get into it. And I think, like, what would catch us sometimes, like, would be the music. But then I'm like, nope. What was it? It's because I grew up watching the movie where this was already done. And I'm not even talking about the original A Star is Born. I'm talking about Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. That movie, it reminded me too much of that movie, but it wasn't as good as Walk the Line. So I would think that Walk the Line should be at where The Star is Born in this list, if not higher, because it was way better. I don't know what you guys think about those, but I think they both got awards for that movie too, Reese Witherspoon and Joaquin Phoenix. But I don't remember. I know at least one of them got an award. I think Reese Witherspoon got an award for that one, but I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Inside Out. Inside Out's great. Quiet Place. Good one. Booksmart. I think Booksmart's really good. It's really funny. I'm a little bit surprised at the score, though, for 96%. Logan, I have actually not seen that one yet, and I absolutely love Wolverine. I'm surprised I haven't seen it, but also, I caught a spoiler, and then I'm like, I already know what happens now, so... Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I don't even know how this one is that high up on the list. 98%. I don't think it was that good, and I'm a lesbian, and most lesbians think that movie's great, and I don't... I think it's just because they're lesbians and there's like a couple of sex scenes in it or something. Or like one sex scene. I don't remember. I watched the whole movie, but I'm like, it's just okay. Coco's on here. That's a great movie. Shape of Water. Oh my God. Shape of Water. Can I just tell you? So... I went to go see The Shape of Water with my mother-in-law. Can I just say how awkward that is to watch that movie with your mother-in-law? First of all, it was her choice. It was my mother-in-law's choice to go watch The Shape of Water. Anna and I had no idea, like, what the hell the movie was even about. And... she was just like, hey, you want to go to the movies with us? Like, you know, I'll pay. And we're like, sure, yeah, why not? You know, whatever. And we were watching it. And it's good, but we were like, what? That's so weird. What the hell? And, like, you're watching it with your mother-in-law. So weird. Agree, do not get the hype of Portrait of a Lady. Yeah, I don't get it. I think they think it's so good because they're lesbians. And I'm like, yeah, but there's better lesbian movies. I don't know. The Farewell, Selma. Trying to say something that I recognize here. Damn, some of these, like, I'm not... There's a couple of Star Wars movies every now and again, but... 12 Years a Slave. I've never seen it, but my mom loves that movie. She's like, it's so good. Incredibles 2 is at 93%. I think that one's good, though, too. I think both of them are really good. Psycho. Do I know that one? I don't remember. Paddington 2. Baby Driver. Spider-Man Homecoming. The Godfather Part 2. And the Battle of the Algiers. Yeah, okay. So I don't recognize a lot of the names on that list either, but... Yeah, I think another thing, like I said, the one, A Star is Born, man, Anna and I wanted to like it. We did, and we couldn't. It was pretty crazy, like, how we both fell asleep during that movie. Because I woke up and the credits were rolling, and I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I fell asleep. And then I looked over at Anna, and she's, like, passed out. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't even think it wasn't, like, that late at night. Like, I don't think we had anything, like, massive going on. We just remembered it being super boring. I saw 50 Shades Darker with my mom in the theaters. I don't think I've seen any crazy... I would say no crazy movies. I haven't watched any crazy movies with my mom, I don't think. But I did watch Game of Thrones with my parents. So, yeah. I'm actually the one that got my parents into watching Game of Thrones, so that's my fault. Also, no, you haven't seen Stranger Things, but must have still heard about the Mind Flayer over the years. I will have been mentioned in so much stuff. Nope. I have not, actually. Usually if I'm not watching something, I don't really pay attention to, like, that kind of stuff, though. Have you seen the Wild Season 2 trailer? Not yet. I have not. I don't know if I want to do a trailer reaction or not. I'll have to see. How long is it? Because sometimes I'm like, ooh, I want to do a trailer reaction, but then the trailer's only like a minute and it's like not that much information, and then I'm like, eh. Oh my goodness. I'm also trying to remember if there's any other movies that everyone just absolutely loves and then I don't get it. Like I said, there's Mad Max. I really don't get that one. I don't get how that one's a favorite. It was good. I just didn't think it was like amazing. There's probably more too that I can't think of at the moment. But anywho, guys, I need to catch up on Elite so that I can record the episode I want to record, which is season 4 finale. Are you gonna get more tattoos? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I actually, Anna and I were talking about tattoos earlier today, actually, and we were like, because we want to see if we can squeeze in one more tattoo before I get pregnant. The world to come. The world to come. Yeah, that one was just okay, too. I know what it was. It took me a minute to... I'm like, which one was that one? But, yeah, I think it's the lesbian effect. Like, there's so many other movies that actually end in a happy, like, way. I mean, not a lot, because for some reason a bunch of lesbian stuff doesn't end the right way, but... Going to watch your saving face reaction now. Hope you liked it. It's my favorite. It's good. It was funny. Sometimes I get so entranced in this stuff sometimes that I kind of almost forget that I'm watching it with other people. Like, it either I get one or the other, where I get silent because I'm entranced, or, like, I can't shut up about it. So then, I don't know. I hope people like it. But it was good. I did like it. What was I saying though? Oh yeah, tattoos. Trying to fit in one more tattoo before I get pregnant. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get that squeezed in. We want to, because both Anna and I want to get one more tattoo before I get pregnant. And I want it right there. I don't want to say what it is yet, just in case I do get it. Because I really want to get it. I really want to get it. It's not gonna be that crazy. And it's not gonna be that big. Like, I want it like that big. So like maybe the same size as like my fish hook, but on the opposite side, on the outside of my arm. And then I also have to work on the sleeve. But this one's special. This is really special, and it's gonna be really expensive. So I gotta find my tattoo artist that was starting the sleeve I don't live in the same state as him anymore. So I need to find another artist that can do the same style. So that's going to be more specific. But my random ones can just pretty much be done by whoever. I don't really care as long as they're good. But I think Saving Face is the one true vanilla lesbian movie. I don't know if I would call it vanilla, but I think it's good. I won't call it vanilla. One that maybe I would almost call vanilla would be, what's the movie with Lena Headey and Piper Perabo? Piper Perabo. Her name gets me confused sometimes. What's the name of that movie? What's it called? You know what it is. Lena Headey, Piper Perabo. Shit, I even bought the movie because I like it so much. I just can't remember. Lena Headey and Piper Perabo. Imagine Me and You. I was like, I knew it started with an I, but I kept wanting to say it's something. It's kind of vanilla, but it's very, very good. It's definitely good. And I bought it. I've rewatched it so many times. I love it. Yeah, Shania, you were a smidge late there, but well, I actually don't know how delayed the chat is compared to when I'm actually talking. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here so I can watch this one episode and then react to the season 4 finale of Elite and then watch season 5 once that comes out in 2 days. So yeah, but I hope you guys have a good week, a good night. Hopefully I get some more news of different things that I can tell you about that's happening in my crazy ass life right now. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.